Christ's life shows so many aspects of how to respect others. But one of them, which is being very much misused throughout, is that of the prostitute. He saved the prostitute. He saved her, no doubt. But you spoil those prostitutes. A good woman, you make her into prostitutes. You give her ideas by which she becomes a prostitute. A good hazif is turned into a prostitute by an egoistical man. Young, small girls who are virgins are being destroyed by your dirty glances. Do you realize this? That you are doing just opposite what Christ had done. And you say that he saved Christ. So even if we are prostitutes, he'll save us. But why be prostitutes? You know, this is such a stupid style of thinking, that we should become prostitutes so that Christ will save us. One has to think about all these things in the proper light of Sahaja. Unless and until you are realized, my talk is just useless for you. But once you are realized, you will know that if you glance at someone, you might suddenly get a headache at the back. You might feel a dart has gone into your head or something has happened. You might feel that you are blinding with somebody's face, and you will get all kinds of experiences by which you will know how important are your eyes. All your nervousness and everything can be cured if you have pure eyes. But it is such a vicious circle that through your eyes you gather all the bad and is accumulated in the agya, and you have to clear the agya to make the eyes clear. It's a vicious circle. But it can start at a point, as I said, we have to ask for forgiveness. Secondly, we have to bring Christ in our agya chakra. Thirdly, we have to give up all drugs and all intoxicants and all smoking. That happens automatically when you are a Sahaja. It will work out. But eyes express the whole of your being, your brain, your body, your limbs, everything. And if your agya is all right, then your eyes are perfectly all right. They emit nothing but love. Wherever they glance, only with the glance of your eyes you can raise the Kundalini. Only with the glance of your eyes you can cure people. Only with your glance you can bring joy into the destroyed and the ruined people. So these eyes which you see are the windows of your being, of your heart. When the spirit is expressed through your eyes, you must have noticed yourself that when the Kundalini rises, then the eyes become dilated. And a realized soul has got black eyes because they have these eyes are dilated. At least when I see them, they are all dilated black eyes. Apart from that, a realized soul can be made out by his eyes which are sparkling. There's a sparkle like diamonds. They sparkle all the time, and you can make out from the eyes that this person is a realized soul. There's a tremendous difference between a non-realized soul's eyes and the realized soul's eyes. So you can imagine how your spirit sees through your eyes. But if the eyes are not pure, it doesn't stay there long. So if we have to understand Christ, physically we have to respect our eyes. Mentally we have to give up all that is impure in our mind. Now, so we come to the impurities of the mind. And the impurities of mind are, there are so many poisons you know about. There are books and books written about the poisons. And the psychologists are supposed to take out all your poisons. I don't know if they can do it at all. But they have the worst agya. All these psychologists have the worst agya, and I don't think they are capable of really giving any relief to people who are suffering mentally. Mental sufferings are of two types. saying the same thing is that one is, vibrations are so much. One type of mental troubles are where people oppress you very much. You see, you go on bearing the cross. Now, this is a very wrong idea people have about Christ. Bearing the cross doesn't mean that anybody who tries to oppress you, you should go on taking the enslavement upon yourself. You are not to enslave to anyone whatsoever. Anybody who tries to make a slave out of you, you should deny it, absolutely. You should say, I am. Who are you to dominate? Anyone, whether you are of a black skin or a red skin or a yellow skin, nobody has right to dominate anyone in this whole world. And if anybody is doing it or what to do now, after all, you see, we are poor people, or we are like this, or he is supporting and all that, then they are running away from their duty towards themselves. Such people cannot get realization. Slaves are not going to become kings. So the slavery that is supposed to be confused with bearing the cross is another confusion of modern times. We have to rise in our self-respect, and we have to understand that no one in this world has a right to dominate us. But then what is bearing of the cross is? First of all, the people of his level never suffer. It's just a joke going on. It's a leela. It's a play going on for them. They never suffer. And even if they so-called act as suffering, they just do it because they want to do it. They are not helpless people. They are not slaves. And those who think that by bearing it up and by suffering it, we are becoming Christians, they should know they are psychological cases. And if they are crying and weeping and all the time saying, what to do, you see, I'm in love and my lover tortures me, you are neither in love, neither you have a lover. It is a kind of a psychological clubbing that he is a dominating man and you like his domination, that's why you are together. It's a simple fact. So every human being has his own self-respect, and he must respect his self, that is the spirit within him. And nothing should dominate it. Whether you belong to this country or that country or this ism or that ism, all this will break down under the rule of God. Nobody has the right to dominate anybody's spirit. But when you are given freedom, you go to the other side, that is Mr. Ego. You do not know how to use your freedom. So you try to dominate others. Your freedom means everybody's freedom is in danger. You are on top of everyone and torturing everybody's souls, and you are dominating by land and by properties or by possessions. So either this way or that way, mentally if you are of this category or that category, you are against yourself. Just be in the center and see for yourself. Just be looking at it. Are you emitting love towards another person? If you are a slave, how can you love? You cannot. If you are free and abandoned, how can you love? Love has its own bondages, very sweet and beautiful. You have to live with them. You enjoy those bondages.